Hi folks, we're going to do an oil and an oil filter change on this 2016 Nissan T32. It's the diesel model 1600, and we're going to start off getting the car up in the air, get the under tray off, and then we can do the oil and filter. The oil I've got is this 5W30. It's a C4 oil, which is low ash apparently. It's a 5W30 fully synthetic oil. It takes just over 5 litres, so I've got 5 litres. And I've also bought an extra litre as well. Right, let's do no more. Let's get the car up in the air on the ramps, get the under tray off, get the oil filter out, and let's get this oil drained out.
Right, try that. Yeah, go on. Yeah, as you are, yeah. Yeah, keep going. A little bit more. Whoa, that'll be it.
I must say, that's a lot easier in an automatic car than it is a manual car. Right, let's get under and have a look and see what size sockets we're going to need to get this tray off. Have we got a sheet to lay on? Is there one in there? Yeah, it's supposed to have had a service before we got it, but you can never be too sure, can you? So I thought it'd be prudent just to change the oil. I will do the other filters, the cabin filters, the oil filters and all that, and check all the fluids and all that, but it's just a little bit prudent just to do the oil, as it's the main engine lubrication. It seems like we don't need a spanner as such. You've got these little pop out plastic clips there by the looks of it, so I'm going to just have a look at the back ones now. I thought that might have separated, but it doesn't. No, it's just all these plastic clips, folks, look. So there's 2 at the back there, there's a couple down the side, there's 3 along here, and there's a row at the front. So we're going to take them out now, and I'll go and get me a tool for levering them out, and then I'll come back to you. I'll see you in a minute. Right, okay, so what I've done is just lever the screwdriver behind here just to get it up a little bit first of all. These little clips. I've got one of these tools here, look, one of these lifting tools. Just to sort of slide in there, and it tends to pull the whole lot out, which isn't a problem. And it's them sort of clips there, as you can see, look, there you go. So I'll go along and do all these. I've got one more at the front there to do. I was going to just try and unlower these ones here, this row here, and maybe lever this down. Maybe it would have given us enough play. Oh, hello, got some water there. So I'll see how that goes, and I'll come back to you. Right, so if we just pop the centre up there like that, and then these ones just sort of pull down, look. Pop the centre up, and they should just pull out. There we go. Right, there's a couple in the middle here, which I just might as well try to take them out. There we go. Oh, that fell out, that one. And the last middle one here. There we go. Just pull that down. And it literally just pulls out. Now, I'm hoping, let me have a go. There is another 3 at the back there. Or 2, just 2 at the back there actually. But maybe that just gives us enough. Oh no, there's another couple there, look. There we go. Oh, hello. That's that one there. And one more this side. There we go. No, you got to take them all off. You can get to under here, but it's best to take the back ones off as well, folks. So I'm going to take the back ones off because I can't put the tray down here, you see. Right, okay, that's that. Right, okay, that's it. So I've got the whole tray down now. I'm just going to push that backwards, folks. There we go. So coming under from the front of the car, we've got the drain sump there. That's the drain plug there. And the oil filter should be somewhere. There it is up there, look. There's a 27mm nut on that, folks. So that's the filter housing there. So I'm going to take the drain plug out now. It's one of those square shaft things, as you can see there. Look, can you see that? So I bought a set to go in there. So I'm going to get that out now. Right, so I've got just a cheap set of these. I think these cost about £12 on Amazon. It's the oil drain plug key set, 6-piece. It does 2 types in here. You've got the hex ones, which are the hexagon, like 6-sided, or you've got the square shaft ones, which are the ones that we need. And the one that we need is the 8 to 13, and that's the smaller one, which is the 8. And these actually are both 2-ended, but you can get a 22mm socket like I've done there, and that will actually fit inside a 22mm socket, and then you can undo it. All I'll do is just insert that like that, put it on undo, and it should be hopefully too tight. Oh, there we go. God, that jolted my elbow. There we go. So that's loose there now. So I'm just going to get a bowl. Hopefully catch it all in the bowl. I've not warmed the engine oil up, folks, because I don't believe you need to, because all the oil is in the sump at the moment, and it's just draining out of the sump, not around the engine. There we go. That looks quite black to me, that oil. Always like to check the end of the nut as well to make sure that there's no magnetism bits on there and there's bits of oil filings, which there isn't. It's clean. It has got a copper washer on there, folks. You may want to replace that. I haven't got one, so I'm going to actually leave that one as it is. So just let the oil drain out, and then we'll take the filter out as well. There we go. While that's draining out there, you can do it on here on the ramps, because the engine slides back a little bit, and the drain plug is right at the back of the sump, which is a handy thing. So we're catching all the oil there, and it's just giving me a chance to look under the car as well, which looks in pretty good condition. So quite happy with that. Right, so here's our big nut there, plastic bodied nut on the back of the oil filter. I've got a 27mm socket there, which should go on there nicely, and it's in the undo. It shouldn't be that tight actually. There you go. Now we've got an O-ring in there as well, don't forget, so I want to be careful here, because I could have some oil drip out. So I'm going to reposition my bowl. Right, okay, so let's just undo that. Thing here is you don't want to get bloody covered as well, so just be careful. We're going to get oil dripping out of there, I know we are. Keep going. Get that cover off. So it's got a rubber seal around it as well, folks. So beware for that to come out. And we're going to get oil. We're going to get oil. Just let that drain out for a second. Should be hand tight now. I can get that by hand now. There we go. That's just a remainder of the oil sitting in the oil filter chamber. There we go. I can withdraw that now. Now that's the thing, as I say, when you go to a garage and you buy a car or wherever, and they say it's fully serviced, that doesn't look like it's been changed for a long time. So I'm glad I've done this.
Yeah.
So that's our, looks like a very dirty oil filter. That should just hopefully pull out of there. Yeah, there we go. Oh, all over my tools. So yeah, that's it. So I'll just give this lot a clean up, folks, and we've got a new filter to go in there. I'll keep this for a moment because I want to check this against the old one, so that's what I'm going to do now. Right, okay, so this filter is a Motorquip LVFL761. I don't know if you can see that there.
Yep.
So let's have a little look. You should have the actual filter in there, and also the rubber ring that goes around the housing. So looking at them two, I'd say they were both the same size, just a different design. So I'm happy with that. And now what I've got to do is to take off this rubber ring around here. As you can see, that's where the ring sits. If I just get a screwdriver, put it underneath there, you should be able to lever that out and then bring it out like that. Remember, it goes into that groove there, people. So I'm going to get the new one. Just puts that over there. And again, just drop that into that little slot all the way around. And I'm making sure there's a good coverage of oil on it, just so that it doesn't grip or grab when I go to turn that in. So the oil filter looks the same either end. Always check whether it says this way first or whatever. That just clips into there like that. And I'm just going to make sure that the housing's clean around its entrance. Make sure there's no debris there, which it isn't. Gonna pop our oil filter back up into the chamber. Screw it in. Yeah, that's why you want to oil this, because as it goes into this main plastic body, folks, it gets a little bit tight. I'm just going to move that oil back now. Out of the way. And literally just get your socket. And wind her in. It's going in nice and smooth. There you go. Just going to nip it up. Not too mad. And I'll be happy with that. Right, I'm going to leave the car jacks up in the air. I'm going to put the majority of the oil in, and I want to do that because I want to have a look underneath and see if there's any leaks before we put the under tray back on. So let's do that now. Right, okay, that's that off. Just stick that on there for the moment. Got a nice clean funnel. Put that in there. Now what I'll do is I will pop the 5 litres in first, because I know that it takes over 5 litres. Right, okay. Now, let's put this oil in. Now you see I pour it in sideways rather than straight up, because that way it tends to not glug so much. So we'll just get this in here. Seems very thin, doesn't it? Yeah. 5W30, now I've seen thin people.
Chip oil.
Eh?
It's chip oil.
Chip
mate.
oil. Right, so that's the 5 litres in. I'll with 5 litres in, you can definitely start the engine up. I want to start the engine up just to make sure that the there's no leaks before I put that tray back on underneath. So I'll leave that there. I'll just put that on loosely for the moment, that cap. Right, so Gary's just going to start it up while I go down on the floor and have a little look. So just letting it tick over. And again, having a check around the oil filter. No leaks whatsoever. No drips coming from there. Okay, switch it off. Yep, we've just run that up. As you can see, there's no leaks coming from there. There's no leaks coming from the oil filter. I can now safely put on the lower tray, which I'm going to do now. Right, okay, so we're just going to get it back down on the flat surface now. The under tray is back on. Yeah, these are definitely so much more handier, these ramps, than getting the trolley jack out in the actual stands. Yep, there you go. Drop it off. There we go. Yeah, that'll do ya. Turn it off. Right, okay. So we'll just get that out. We'll do a dip of the dipstick and take it from there. Yeah, we're just off of the minimum mark there. We're about 2/3 down where we need to be, so I'm going to put that other litre in. That should be it then. I say normally between the lower and upper levels on a car, they're normally about a litre anyway, so this should be just about right. There we go. There we go. I'll put 3/4 of that in at the moment. Just give it another check. As this is quite thin engine oil, it goes down the engine pretty quickly. There we go. Yeah, I think it can take all that. So I'm just going to put the 6 litres in. There we go. That is just about 1/4 of an inch under the maximum mark, so I'm happy with that. I could top it up a little bit more. I'll probably buy another litre just to keep as a as a little standby as well, and that's the job done. So there you go, that's the oil and filter changed on this Nissan Xtrail 1600 diesel, and I hope you enjoyed that. Do check out the other videos on the channel, see if there's anything else that you might be interested in. I'll try and create a playlist of the stuff that comes up as and when we get it on this Nissan, and we'll see you in the next video, and until then, bye for now.